Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rainbow Cup 7. This time we're gonna go and take a look at the losers bracket. The round 1 between the teams Rust and the Team Spirit, which are honestly quite stacked. Like the simple fact that somehow these players here that we can see on this map lost the first round to the winners bracket is really astonishing. After all, we have players like MrBeast here, also known as Esperanto or just Pepsi, who is one of, well, I guess calling him the best Russian player right now wouldn't be really an understatement. Like, he's even better than Zlom, or is he? I mean, yeah, I guess he can go and give a really good go to Zlo, and I'd say that most of the time he would be the one winning, especially in big games like here. Then we have people like Wi-Fi, who is also quite a well-known 1v1 player and also being quite decent in the team games, so yeah. Also Russian, so yeah. The fact that these two guys are actually somehow in the losers bracket is actually quite, well, surprising. And on the other side we have players like Nuggets, Blast Shield, no, that's Zeta. Blast is somewhere else. Yeah, like Blast, or even no one cares losing the first round. It's, yeah. Let's just say that this is the best testament of just how stacked the whole tournament is, so yeah. Ferga really made sure to go and grab the best players available here. But anyway, the map is gonna be huge open wonder. Again. I mean, it should be to no surprise because, well, each round have its own maps to be played out, and yeah. The loser bracket game 1 and the winners bracket round 2 is gonna be played on huge open wonder, so yeah, we're gonna see a lot of it. Like always, the map is as flat as my girlfriend, there is some moss in the middle, but otherwise, as we can see, trees. Trees everywhere. Which is basically what is gonna go and power our players through the early game, where we can see everyone is sending out some engineers, not only to grab the mexes and everything, but also they will use the attack move orders from the factory to keep on grabbing the reclaim available in the trees. Because the tree clamps not only give you some good energy, but also quite a decent amount of mass, so yeah. When we will look at the reclaim numbers, we can already see that even though we are only 2 minutes into the game, and there is not that many big rocks available here, both teams are already at over nearly 3000 mass reclaimed, so yeah, very good indeed. It seems like the AI forces are gonna start out pretty aggressive, as the RNG AI gonna go and push in with the assault bots and a bunch of spirits, or should I say the T1 Land Scouts, because it seems like not everyone opted for the Aeon AI, or never mind. Team Rust gonna go for a single Aeon AI here in the back slot, and in the front slot we're gonna have a UEF commander for the AI player. Meanwhile, the Team Spirit, led by MrBeast, is gonna opt for Aeon player here on the front line, and then on the Echo slot it is gonna be the Seraphim. Which I guess can be a pretty good choice, because if you let this AI scale here, it might make the Yahwasa, which is gonna be a very powerful unit. The first mech marine is gonna go and join the fray, as we can see it's opening fire versus the engineers belonging to Arima. Arima not reacting on time, and as such he's gonna go and lose one of the engineers. As the AI is not gonna stop, it will go and move on to kill another engineer. So 2 engines already killed, which would be a quite nasty setup for the bottom team, which can actually go and use this to go and keep on harassing the mid lane, as Arima is gonna be a tad bit behind when it comes to scaling. After all, he's gonna lose one more engineer. 3 of them to be exact. And he might even go and lose more of them, as we can see that the AI is trying to find another one, but no, here comes the tanks from the Arima. And yeah, it's basically a dance with death for this little mech marine. We have a small airfight happening, as we can see AI trying to go and grab the air control, but unfortunately The bottom AI was a tad bit too aggressive, as it's gonna go and lose all of its units. Only a single Cyan interceptor remaining alive. And oh my goodness, it seems like Zeta is not gonna chill at all. We can see him pushing with a bunch of mantises around the enemy ACUs, as the Aku belonging to Motoko here, the Aeon AI, is not gonna intercept the mantises, which right now are gonna basically keep on dealing damage to the engineers inside the core base belonging to the AI. Very, very unfortunate, as the loss in the units, or should I say the engineers, is gonna be quite considerable. Not to mention, AI right now is gonna feel quite threatened by the incoming units, meaning that its scaling is gonna suffer quite a lot. So very nice to go and see it happen. We have bottom AI, Mr. Vasudevan, actually going in to harass the engineers belonging to... Oh my god, if this actually burns all of that, that is gonna be horrible. Although it seems like interceptors from Wi-Fi are gonna come in here to go and secure this. The AI player is also gonna go and send in some reinforcement, and as such, Dridora is gonna stay safe for a little bit more. He still lost a few engineers, but yeah, at this point this shouldn't amount to that much. Another bomber gonna get shot down, as it seems like Wi-Fi is really paying attention to what is happening. AI on the right flank gonna go and grab the double gun upgrades to go and protect itself from the incoming raids, as Zeta and Nuggets are gonna keep on harassing it. Though honestly, in this map, I'm not even sure just how hard we even wanna go and punish the AI, because the moment you erase this AI here, the whole core base with its mexes and everything is gonna go to the top player on the enemy team, and considering this is actually Esperanto, he might really go and basically use this to win the game, so I don't think that the bottom team will want to go and snipe this ACU here, and it seems like they are not going to do it. Instead, they're gonna keep on using the mantises to keep on basically damaging the mexes that are basically on the outside. But on the other side, or other hand, whatever, we can see that Wi-Fi is actually taking the mexes from the AI. He's gonna be rather aggressive compared to the other team, which didn't move their ACUs to the front line yet, so yeah. But with this many Auroras and other units, I think like Wi-Fi might be in small trouble. As the units, the Auroras, Lobos and Fervors are opening the fire versus the AC, although, okay, never mind, it seems like Wi-Fi should be more or less fine, even more so if he will have overcharge. Now, he have no overcharge available. So yeah, he will have to go and kite back properly with the ACU. On the middle, it seems like nobody, not a single player is actually interested in grabbing all of this reclaim, and there is 8,000 of it, so that's very surprising, but it seems like players actually prefer to play it a tad bit slower. Gun upgrade started for Nuggets, meaning he's actually getting ready to start intermingling with the enemy AIs. And most likely, oh my, it seems like he went for a fast T2H switch, as we can already see a bunch of blazes on the field, meaning that the men actually can start raiding quite deep inside the enemy forces, or should I say bases, expansions, basically push in here through the middle. You can avoid the enemy ACU and you can deal a really bad damage to the mexes and the bases belonging to the enemy team. So Team Spirit will have to go and watch out for Nuggets and see what the man is planning to do. No one cares. It seems like he is gonna go for the very fast T3 Land HQ upgrade, which is understandable, as Titans on this map are gonna prove to be amazing choice. You can raid basically whenever you want. You can push here, turn around, go here. If enemy moves their ACU somewhere here, you can basically just keep on running to the middle, then turn around, push it somewhere else. So yeah, Titans, Loyalist, This is the name of the game for this map. So I really do agree with the fast T3 HQ build for No One Cares. And like I said, the Blazes are gonna prove to be a menace. Motoko having to go and fall back with the ACU. As otherwise it is quite possible that she would die here. But it seems like Wi-Fi, someone who I actually hyped up at the very beginning for being very good, is actually losing quite hard to the enemy AI. As we can see him, he actually led the Formex expansion and the Hydra died to a bunch of enemy Auroras, as he didn't have enough units to go and respond versus that threat. To the point that actually Arima himself had to go and basically move in with his own units. And even though he's supposed to be fighting versus Nuggets on the mid lane, or even playing versus No One Cares here, it seems like the bottom team AI is doing amazing job at basically fighting off versus two enemy human players, which is not something we expected. And oh my goodness, it seems like Dridora ACU is gonna come under fire from the enemy Blazes. The men just walk in a little bit too far away, as the ACU gonna go and overcharge few more units. 4 Blazes are dead, meaning that the Dridora will go and grab the Veterancy upgrade. Few more kills, 1 more overcharge, and it seems like the men might actually go and stay alive. If only these few Blazes didn't push beside him and basically went for the ACU snipe, then yeah, this man would be dead, but it seems like Nuggets is not gonna do it. Even more so, as sniping Dridora here could have... no, if you snipe this man, this wall base is gonna go to Pepsi, and yeah, Pepsi having 2 core bases which are just so safe would be basically a horrible thing to happen, like giving the best player on the enemy team double base, yeah, that is not a good idea. It seems like Arima is gonna go and make a pushback versus the enemy forces, as he got a little bit annoyed by the enemy AIs, and as such he's gonna go and use the Jensen's hover tanks and his gun ACU to go and push them back. But the problem is that No One Cares is already on the Titan train, and with the Titans hitting the field, the man himself will have to go and actually fall back and start building his own T3 units, as Jensen's are not really the best unit to go up against Titans. Let's go and take a look at the right flank, where Nuggets and Zeta are basically just chilling, using the enemy AI as mass fabricators, as you can see them basically erasing the enemy units and then reclaiming them. So yeah, for now they will go and make a very decent use of the enemy AI to basically power their own economies. And it seems like Zeta, just like No One Cares, went for the same idea. We can see the Loyalists hitting the field, which is a very, very good sign for the bottom side. And let's see if the top team is actually gonna respond or not. T3 HQ being built by Arima, very nice indeed. Dridora also going for the T3 land HQ. A tad bit slower compared to his opponents, but yeah. And Wi-Fi, he's also going for the T3 HQ. Or should I say the T3 HQ have been finished. But before he will start building units, he will want some T3 engineers. A nice push happening on the bottom side, as Arima and Wi-Fi are using their gun comms together with the T1 and T2 units in tandem to basically push back the enemy AI. A beautiful overcharge, killing 5 enemy tanks in a single shot. That's what you wanna see. So it seems like after being manhandled for a moment, the bottom side team is gonna be the one pushing in at the 3 positions at the same time, which is very nice idea, but here is the problem. No One Cares was basically able to scale up and, well, grab the T3 Titans, make them, and now we can even see a beautiful team play happening, as we can see the Cybran transport being built by Blast Shield and then given to No One Cares, who can now keep on using it to make drops all around the map, as the Titans are gonna basically keep erasing the wall enemy armies, as you can see the T1 and T2 units being unable to do anything versus them. The overcharge from Arima's ACU gonna go and kill one of the Titans, second overcharge gonna go and erase one more. But yeah, unless your ACU is here, the Titans are gonna keep on just basically erasing any traces of your armies. So you will want those T3 siege tanks, as otherwise your Jensens are not gonna do anything. Oh my god, Blast Shield trying to make a... Good thing they have spotted it, otherwise this would be a TML base from what I can see, as we have the T2 transport here, I mean engineers here, so yeah. This was supposed to be a TML base, which was, yeah, gonna make TML and then basically nuke the T3 pigeons and the T3 HQ belonging to MrBeast, so a very good idea for Wi-Fi to keep a steady scout of T1, yeah, of T1 scouts basically running around, looking for all kinds of different positions. And yeah, that is not a good push, as you can see the Harbingers and the Titans from the bottom side team from No One Cares and from Nuggets being basically shot down by the ACUs with their overcharge. But this is brutal. The Titans are basically capable of doing whatever they want, as they can basically sneak past enemy defenses, and with the Harbingers from Nuggets also joining the fray, it seems like the topside team, Team Spirit, is gonna be the one who will have to go and fall back. Like, their push was really nice looking, but unfortunately the bottom side team had a very good response in the T3 units, as we can see that the unit mix of Pilars and T1 units is just not enough to go and stop them. To the point that the topside team even had to go and start making the triads, the T2PDs. But thankfully, we can see that Dridora is actually gonna use the T2 transport, I mean T1 transport, to keep on dropping bricks here on the front line to go and save his teammates, which is a very nice place indeed. I mean, honestly, this world tournament have a lot of nice team plays happening. So that's very nice to see. On the bottom side we can see that Zeta is gonna be right now the only man who will keep on dealing with enemy AI, as Nuggets has basically moved in all of his forces towards the middle, where he can deal with the enemy human players, which are gonna be a bigger threat at the moment. Wi-Fi taking quite some damage, but it seems like the veterancy upgrades from the overcharges are gonna be just enough to bring him back to full HP. The same story for Arimaf, who already have 8000 mass killed on the ACU, Wi-Fi on 8000 too, so yeah, those boys are doing very good job here with their ACUs. Love to see it. Anyway, let's take a look at the air bases. 5 T3 factories for MrBeast and 4 pigeons. Meanwhile, his opponent, Blast Shield, is already on 6 of them and going for the 5th pigeon, so yeah, we can see that Blast is ahead. But when we look at the mass income, it seems like Blast have 183, meanwhile MrBeast 190 mass, so yeah, 10 mass ahead. Not that much of a difference. And when we look at the teams themselves, the bottom team have, oh my goodness, that is actually a lot of mass, 1100 mass for the bottom team. Meanwhile, Team Spirit, the topside team, is only on 820, so 300 mass difference, that is horrible. And while sure, dropping some bricks from Dridora here on the flank is enough to go and buy us some time, but the problem is there is just so many Harbingers we can just basically walk on. No, never mind. It seems like the Autumns, the T3 siege tanks, are also on the field, meaning that this position is not gonna fall down anytime soon. Especially as Wi-Fi also is hitting the T3 units. We can see him even fielding the first Percivals, which are gonna basically blast through anything that the enemy AI can throw at him. And that T3 gunship, this Whaler from MrBeast, is also doing a very good job here, or there's even 2 of them. But let's see the ASF numbers, because, well, making gunships can put you at the air disadvantage. 41 for the bottom team. Top team with 2 gunships and 37 ASF. Okay, so it's not bad. Oh, this is actually 6 gunships. That is actually quite nasty. Even more so as the gunships can tank a lot of damage from the enemy ASF. You just have to play it out properly. But the problem is that here comes the support units from Nuggets. As you can see, the parashields and the flags are coming here to go and secure the Harbingers. Or should I say, save them from the enemy gunships. As the game looks like a small stalemate has been finally reached. No one cares, not going for the ACU snipe, instead gonna go and basically run past it to go and try and destroy these T3 Maxes here on those expansions. No, never mind, it seems like he's gonna go in, but that is the mistake, because we can see that the Percivals here on the sides are gonna basically come in and finish them off in no time, so this is gonna be nothing else but a mass donation. As no one cares, made a small miscalculation. AI harassing Wi-Fi with restorers. Although they shouldn't do that much damage, to be honest. Gunships from MrBeast still prowling around somewhere on the mid lane. But with the bouncers being produced by Zeta, it seems like they will have to go and find a different target. They're gonna go for the core Bexes belonging to Nuggets, maybe even go and try to snap the enemy ACU. Okay, ASF gonna go in, as we can see the first airfight actually happening, unfolding before our very own eyes. As we can see, the shots being fired as both ASF are basically intermingling, shooting one after another, but it seems like MrBeast will actually have a slightly better micro, as the gunships are not tanking the damage for the ASF, meaning that MrBeast is gonna go and take a fat L here in this airfight. That was a big mistake, not using the gunships to tank the damage. A very bad choice indeed, because now the gunships are gonna all get shot down by the incoming ASF. As we can see, the missiles being fired one after another, as the gunships are falling down from the sky. Kapo, kapo. As one after another is gonna go and fall down. The left flank is gonna get stabilized, but the problem now is gonna be the mid lane. As we can see, a big Harbinger army coming up from Nuggets, which is gonna erase the joint forces of Arima and Dridora. As we can see, the bricks falling one after another, as the Harbingers are basically gonna keep on pushing in. Or no, they're gonna let them away. And instead, gonna push forward. Are they gonna try to go for the core Maxes belonging to Arima or not? As it seems like the man is really trying his hardest to make as many units as possible with this beautiful engineer assist. But actually, let's zoom out and see what our AI friends are actually cooking. Any experimentals? Anything juicy or not? There is the first chicken being made by the Tail Ilto, the Seraphim AI player for the topside team. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, let's see. A fat boy is gonna be made by Vasudevan, the UEF player, or the UEF AI, and also Jalbert with already nearly 75% done GC here, so yeah, it seems like the first experimental unit is gonna belong to the bottom team. And it's gonna be a Galactic Colossus, which is gonna prove to be a very big boon if the bottom team actually wishes to go and make a push here on the left flank with the AI. But yeah, Nuggets unwilling to push in, which is understandable considering just how many Percivals are available here for the topside team, not to mention Brixton coming from Dridora, as the 3 players are gonna join forces to go and defend their positions versus No One Cares and Nuggets. ASF force from Blast Shield flying over. What are they looking for? Okay, it seems like he's just patrolling the skies. Oh no, never mind. He actually have 2 Revenant bombers, which somehow already did 15,000 damage. I assume they were used to go and bomb the enemy land forces, because I didn't see any kind of ACU explosions or snipe attempts happening. As Wi-Fi is gonna start producing SAMs all over the place to go and protect himself from the enemy units. Which is honestly a very nice idea, especially as we saw MrBeast losing his air control. So placing SAMs all around the bases is a very nice idea indeed. Actually, let's see if the players are maybe making some. Just as I say, we should go and see if players are making experimentals. We can already see that the big crab, the megalith, have been finished by Zeta. And it's already slowly walking towards the front line versus the AI. Is anyone else making anything else or not? I don't see any other experimental units hitting the field from Nuggets. No one cares, starting to build a Fat Boy, which is gonna get a very amazing value here, because this is, well, open wonder. And like I said, with the terrain as flat as this, Fat Boys can really get amazing value. They can basically just kite back as long as they want. And yeah, here comes the Strat Bombers from Blast Shield, dealing amazing damage towards the enemy land units. 11,000 mass killed. The other one have 7,000, so yeah. The Strat Bombers are really paying off here. And especially Tyrant ones, which have a very amazing area of effect damage, so yeah. Using them versus armies clumped up like that, chef's kiss is just voila, as we say here. No one cares with a Percival push. Unfortunately, it's not supported by any parashields or not even a AA unit of any kind, meaning that this push is gonna go and fall down versus the enemy units. As we can see, Wi-Fi even have more Percies available, not to mention the Ravager Gatling Cannon, which is gonna deal a lot of damage versus enemy units. Oh, and also a Fat Boy being produced for Wi-Fi, so yeah, very good indeed. It seems like nobody's gonna go and take control over this reclaim field for now. As we can see, both teams using engineers to suck up the mass, while trying to protect the Engies with their own army. One Autumn gonna fall back, fall down after getting basically erased by a bunch of Harbingers. The man walked in a little bit too close as Nuggets, Zeta, is making a very nice push here through the middle. Unfortunately, Dridora is paying attention, as we can see him trying to go and push in and basically close the enemy push from two sides at the same time. And yeah, it seems like he does have a few more bricks, so the base belonging to Dridora is gonna be safe. And the man is also starting to build a big megalith, the crab bot, which is nice to see. MrBeast going all in on the T3 air build power. The chicken have been finished by the AI, but it seems like it's gonna go towards the middle instead of actually trying to go and save its teammate right around here. As we can see, that Zeta is actually getting amazing value from the megalith. Already 11,000 mass killed. So the value is here indeed, as it seems like there is nothing to go and stop it. Let's see the Strat Bombers, 88 mass killed, 7,000 and 12, no. Oh no, it seems like the big Strat Bomber, which had 12,000 mass killed, has been shot down. As we can see, the GC pushing in from one of the AIs towards the top side, but Wi-Fi is gonna go and basically dispatch it with a bunch of Triads and a Fat Boy, which was kiting back. So yeah, this is gonna be nothing else but a Mazonation. Very unfortunate that no one cares didn't wait with the push before, because if he actually used the Percivals, which died before somewhere around, I mean, yeah, somewhere around this spot here, then this push from AI would be much better. Like, imagine this GC together with this Percivals and the 20 Percies which died here before, yeah. That would be amazing push. As we can see on the mid lane, Nuggets is actually gonna make once again an incursion towards the mid lane, as he can actually just walk in and try to destroy the core base belonging to Arima. But unfortunately for him, it seems like the experimental unit just have been finished, as the Etota is gonna just walk in. And oh my, it seems like the Dora, after basically defending from the incoming assault just a few moments before, is gonna use the remaining bricks to beeline basically through the middle of nowhere. Oh my, the Strat Bombers from Blast Shield really paying off. Oh no! The Mad Strat is still alive with the 12,000 mass killed, so yeah. But the Strat Bomber value here to basically just pick off the random T3 units is amazing. Very good indeed. We can see a Galactic Colossi from the AI player gonna go and try to march in and destroy the enemy experimental Megabot. As we basically have two experimental fights happening at the same time. As not only the right flank is gonna go into some action, it's also the mid lane, where we have the AI Etota pushing in tandem with the Chicken belonging to Arima, as the GC belonging to Motoko is gonna go on open fire versus the enemy bricks on the right side. Although unfortunately it is not gonna be enough to go and basically crush the forces belonging to Zeta, as we can see that the nice looking megalith is nothing to scoff at, especially with this many this many bricks and, well, Cerberus turrets being available for Zeta. This push had no way of working out. Okay, I said that we might see a fight happen, and yeah, fight is gonna happen, as the GC from Nuggets is gonna basically kill the enemy chicken here. As the AI basically made a mistake and got sandwiched between an experimental unit and a bunch of Harbingers. We can also see the fat boy from No One Cares hitting the field and trying to dissuade any kind of experimental usage from the Team Spirit. The fat boy from Wi-Fi trying to defend versus the enemy AI forces. Very efficient, 20,000 mass killed already, so very nice indeed. As let us take a look at the ASF numbers. 185 ASF available for bottom team. MrBeast 208, so it seems like he managed to somehow recover from the early air loss. But when we look at the mass income, this is actually looking very bad indeed. 2,500 for Team Rust. Meanwhile, the Russian boys, the Team Spirit, is on 2,000. I'm losing my mind here. But it's 2,100 mass for the topside team, so yeah. And it seems like one of the AI players is actually gonna get sniped down by the enemy megalith. And this might be a very big blunder, as right now this whole base belonging to AI is gonna go to the hands of MrBeast, who with the massive influx of mass might be actually capable of turning this game around at this very moment, so we will see if he can actually do it or not. As the fat boy belonging to No One Cares is gonna get shot down, as it seems like the fat boy from Arima, or should I say Wi-Fi, is gonna join the forces together with the units belonging to Arima, the two chickens and a bunch of T3 land units. But Blast Shield is gonna move in with a bunch of gunships to basically go and shut him down. But it seems like he is not gonna do it. There are some replacements available here, as the ASF from MrBeast are gonna basically swoop in. Will we have an airfight happen or not? Or are the players not willing to go and risk it? It is gonna happen. As we can see, MrBeast is gonna go in. He will have a very good first turn, as he have the upper hand, being the one to start the fight, as the ASF are gonna intermingle, stop micro coming out from both of the players, as there is no way to go and tell who is gonna go and win this one, as all the units are basically intermingling with each other, firing missiles left and right. As it seems like the air fight is gonna go to the hands of the top team, as the blue ASF are falling down one after another. So yeah, a big GG. As even though early on he lost the air, he somehow managed to go and recover. So yeah, MrBeast, a very good job indeed. The problem is, how do you go and stop the right flank from collapsing? As we can see, the megalith is getting basically a very absurd value, 73,000 mass killed on it. And the bricks from Zeta are gonna go and kill off the remnants of the economy and build power here in the base, belonging right now to MrBeast. We can see like 1 max erased, 2, 3 T3 maxes having basically sniped, make it 4. As we can see, Corsairs beelining for the enemy megalith, as it's gonna take a lot of damage straight to the face. As the missiles are being launched by the Corsairs, it is also taking damage from the incoming artillery fire. As the war is raging all on all fronts, megalith dropping down to 50,000 HP, as you can see. Some bouncers coming closer and closer to try to protect the experimental unit. And well, it seems like it's not gonna get protected at all, as Dridora finally finished his own megalith, which is gonna basically erase the trace from this guy here. But still, all in all, an amazing experimental. 80,000 mass killed by it itself. And it seems like with the power of Fatboy, Mr. Wi-Fi on the left flank might be finally making a dent in the enemy AIs. 12,000 mass killed, 40,000 mass killed here. No one cares, Fatboy, only 8,000 killed, but yeah. Thankfully, the AI is basically cutting away from the enemy forces, meaning that the push from Wi-Fi might still not work out. As we can see, the Percival's taking in a lot of damage from the Fat Boys. It's basically an artillery game here right now on the left flank. And yeah, recognizing the threat, Mr. Wi-Fi is gonna go and fall back, not willing to lose more of his precious Percivals. And let's see what is the Dridora gonna do with his own megalith. It seems like he's gonna go and crash this wall base here. But the problem is, the bricks actually managed to go and run past it, and right now are dealing tremendous damage to the build power on the right flank. As there is really not much to go and stop it. Just a few T2PDs here and there. But it seems like Zeta is not gonna risk pushing in any further. He's gonna have them retreat here and most likely go back here and rejoin forces with his incoming experimental unit. Notice the man killed right here. Or no, the man is gonna make a firebase here. So it seems like he is recognizing the fact that he cannot go and contest the fight versus this army coming in here from Dridora. Which is a very wise choice. As we can see, Corsairs, a bunch of them coming in here in hot. As they are gonna basically go and snipe down the enemy SMD here belonging to Nuggets. Which honestly is not loaded, but hey, SMD kill is an SMD kill. But do they even have a nuke? There is the Guardian SMD. And then there is the Liberator, which is actually under fire, as it seems like no one cares. He's making sure to build some Novaxes here and there, which are obviously very amazing unit here on the huge open wonder. As not only you can basically keep on killing the random T3 mexes everywhere around the map and basically force their opponents to keep on building the T2 shields around every mech spot, but also you can get an amazing amount of intel, as you can see. Like, look at this whole radar coverage and also the Omni range and everything, so yeah. It's always good to go and see at least a single Novax being used as a scout. A very annoying scout indeed. Monkey Lord most likely trying to go and sneak by so that it can basically open fire from the outside of the view range of the enemy units. As let's see if Dridora is even aware of it. No, he's not, so yeah, we can see an amazing play as the Monkey Lord is basically staying unspotted this whole time. So amazing micro coming out from the bottom team, as Zeta is really proving that just how good he is. But unfortunately the T3 scout is gonna go and show where the monkey was hiding, and yeah, it is still gonna go and deal a lot of damage to the enemy Megalith, but it's still gonna go and fall down. Though thankfully, another crab bot have been fielded by Zeta, meaning that this time it is time to run for Mr. Dridora.
Strategic launch detected.
And yeah, sure enough, after sniping the SMD belonging to Nuggets, the core base is gonna be the target for the nuclear warhead, which just have been launched by MrBeast. We can see it getting on the trajectory towards the enemy base, as it slowly but surely keeps on flying in a straight path to deliver the blow. Also, very good choice to go and split all your units in different parts in case that the nuke was going for the middle. But no, it is gonna go and erase the whole base belonging to Nuggets. As we can see the missile coming and kaboom, baby. Kaboom. Nice indeed. As the missile connects and erases the whole base, dealing massive damage, exactly 25,000 must killed, so yeah, very nice indeed. As it seems like the top team is also acquired their own Novax, as we can see it flying through the stratosphere, trying to go and find a good target to be used against. Let's make a check on the Fat Boys. 33,000 killed, 46,000 must killed, so yeah, the Fat Boy value is real. 15,000 and then 22,000, so yeah, who said that Fat Boys are bad? Under right circumstances, they're actually quite amazing, as we can see here. Another push from Zeta, gonna get caught in an artillery fire from this beautiful artillery emplacements made by MrBeast. Basically as a countermeasure versus the enemy Megalith. Like, whenever you have to defend yourself versus a Megalith or versus a Fat Boy, T2 static artillery is your way to go. Another salvo being fired versus the enemy bricks, which are gonna eat up a lot of damage from the AoE all over the place. Especially as this is the Gunter artillery, which have the highest AoE of all. So it can do very nicely, but it seems like there is also gonna be a small push happening in the middle. As Nuggets heading up and he's gonna go and push in with 2 GCs to go and catch off guard the enemy Megalith. But thankfully, the teammates are not sleeping, as we can see 3 chickens coming in from the right, from the left flank to join the fray. As it seems like this might not be as good of a push as Nuggets have thought. He might still just barely manage to go and kill the enemy Megalith, but the losses are gonna be actually quite big. Megalith dropping down to 30,000 HP as the Harbingers are all opening fire against him. But the same can be said about the bricks from the Gora. Basically mowing away, firing away all the shots at the enemy GC, which is gonna go and kneel down and fall down. The Megalith gonna stay alive on just 3000 HP, but it seems like the enemy Harbingers together with the enemy Megalith are gonna be just enough to go and also erase it. As we can see that the fight is happening on all sides of the GCs. From two more from Nuggets are gonna go and enjoy the fight versus the enemy chickens. There is one more coming, so it's gonna be basically a fight 4 versus 3, as we can see them basically coming in here as the Harbingers also gonna go and try to join the fray. Second GC, or should I say the third GC, is gonna go and fall down, as he's gonna get shot down by the enemy Etotos. And let's see what is gonna be the answer from the bottom team, because they just basically gifted a shit ton of mass to the opposing team. It seems like the Megalith is gonna keep on running away from the enemy AI, as the Tota from Mr. Tel Ilto, the AI for the top side team, is gonna open fire versus the enemy Megalith. Thankfully there is 2 Megas, so they should be capable of erasing it. And also be capable of killing the other GC, because it seems like the Tota is not gonna be the only unit pushing the right flank. And I really need to go and grab a water of bottle. I mean bottle of water. Because I have no clue what water of bottle is supposed to be. Another nuclear warhead being launched, this time by the AI belonging to Team Rust. And it's gonna go straight for the base belonging to Wi-Fi, as it seems like there is no SMD actually available here in this front expansion, which is actually very horrible when we look at the amount of build power and, well, economy itself here. Or is it? No, I don't see even a single... There is one SMD here, but it's not loaded, meaning that the AI is gonna plant a nuke exactly where it should, as this wall frontal base is gonna explode, unfortunately, not killing the ACU in process. If the nuke went in a little bit more to the north, then the Wi-Fi ACU would also be erased, but thankfully it seems like no one cares. Satellites are here to go and finish the job by aiming down at the enemy experimental mass fab grid, which is gonna explode in chain reaction and erase the remaining T3 factories. Let's go and take a look what is happening on the middle. As we can see that Arima, after winning the fight versus enemy GCs, is now gonna try to make another push happen through the middle. But oh my, you better not look at the mass incomes, because the bottom team is already on 3000 mass. Meanwhile, the top side team is only on 2300, so yeah, that is actually 700 mass difference, which is enormous to say the least. But thankfully, it seems like Wi-Fi is gonna make a very good choice of pushing versus the enemy AI, and maybe, just maybe, he will be capable of breaking through it. As we can see, the Fat Boys pushing in forward. 90,000 mass killed on one of them. Second one, 85,000 mass killed. Oh boy. That is the epitome of value. As we can see, the Novaks from AI gonna come under fire. And after a few more volleys from the Fat Boys, it is gonna go and explode. But thankfully, a big army from No One Cares is gonna come in just in time to go and erase the enemy Percivals. And right now, it is gonna be the Fat Boys which are gonna keep on running away, as it seems like Wi-Fi might have pushed in just a little bit too deep. Let's go split screen, because we have fights breaking out, as the main core base belonging to Nuggets might once again get erased by the enemy forces, as we can see that the GC is gonna basically die in no time to 3 enemy chickens. And the Fat Boys from Wi-Fi are actually gonna be just fine, as we can see that the Percivals are not gonna close the distance on time, as their target priorities are all wrong, as the GC on the right side of the screen can be seen falling down, as there is nothing to go and stop the GCs from basically walking in towards the enemy base. And also, did I see properly, but it seems like some of the players are actually starting to go and keep on building the telelasers, That is Blast Shield, who is now currently acquiring the gun upgrade. You can see the teleporter ready, the laser is ready, so the toxic Cybran ACU have been basically acquired. And yeah, that was a very good push indeed from Wi-Fi. But it seems like he will have to go and start fighting back with the Fat Boys. But still, just look at the value. 105,000 must killed, 128,000 must killed, and the last one, 4,000 must killed, so yeah. It's a Fat Boy map. The chickens are gonna walk in a straight line towards the base belonging to Nuggets, as there really is not much to defend it, just a bunch of T3 units, and a hastily made GC which might not even finish on time. As Arima and Ridor are keeping the push, even more units coming in from the top side, and it seems like the bottom team is gonna be the one playing the survival game mode right now, even more so as Zeta is also gonna be pushed back by this GC here, so yeah. This is actually looking quite bad. Thankfully we have a Fat Boy from No One Cares coming in to support Nuggets. Wait. Yeah, I hear a laser opening fire versus MrBeast, who have no tele-defense available at minute 40. As Blast Shield just teleports in and scores a quick kill versus the top player or the enemy team. And now he is most likely gonna try to, he's gonna try to tele in after killing a few more pigeons, as we can also see the Novaxes being used in to go and kill off the enemy power as... Wait, I think I saw also someone else making... Yes! Oh, the man just went... where is he? Where did he go? Okay, there he is. There is the door opening fire versus the ACU belonging to No One Cares. As it seems like he came here in to go and snipe him. The ACU is gonna go and fall down after a few more ticks of the game. Are gonna get processed and kaboom, baby. No One Cares being the second player to be sniped by a toxic tele-snipe. But unfortunately, Dridor is gonna pay with his own life. As the gunships and basically a not GC, but close quarter Fat Boy have been just finished on time to go and protect the remains of the base that belong to Nock. So yeah, basically a 1v1 trade between the teams. But the bigger problem is that the air grid for the bottom team is intact. Meanwhile, the air grid for the top side team have been, well, basically erased by the telesnipe and the Novaxes. So yeah, this is very, very bad. Also, let's see what the other players are doing. We have Zeta keep on making the Soul Rippers, which should be very good indeed, considering that well, they just erased the whole air grid for the topside team, so yeah. Going for the air superiority right now is gonna be a very good choice indeed. As it seems like we were looking at the telesnipes, this whole push has been actually thwarted by Nuggets, meaning that no damage have been done, and instead he has been delivered 90,000 mass to his front door, meaning that the man can actually just build the T3 artillery in no time with the reclaim mass. So yes, so many choices for the bottom side team right now. Especially as the top side team will have to go and really watch out, as they have no air grid to basically contest this blob of air units. 300 ASF available for Blast Shield. Meanwhile, his opponent, Wi-Fi, is... no, never mind, it's gonna be Arima who have the air. Only have 212 of them, meaning that this is gonna be very, very hard indeed to go and contest this blob of gunships, which just managed to go and shot down the enemy experimental unit. And right now are going for the another one here, as we can see it. Arima going in. This is very bad move. This is bad. Don't do it, man, because the moment you lose your ASF, it is gonna be game over. You just need to go and pretend that you have enough ASF to go and fight. But of course without fighting, as we can see a nuclear land being done by one of the AIs. As it's gonna go straight for the remains of the base belonging to currently to Wi-Fi. The base here. So yeah, not the best of the nukes, but I can assume that after getting nuke once, Wi-Fi and Arima are gonna have their SMGs ready. Yes, the SMGs are all ready. So nuking the right flank is the only possible play for our AI friend. As we can see the warhead connecting with the ground, an explosion is gonna happen. As the big aftershock wave is gonna present itself, together with beautiful explosion. And yeah, like I said, the gunships are gonna be very hard to deal with. Like, how many gunships is that?
Commander under attack.
Whoa. Why is your commander under attack? Blast, where are you? Wait, what? Where is he? Oh, that's where the man is. He's actually gonna go and raise another base belonging to Wi-Fi. The one which was basically building the whole economy for him. And that is gonna be a horrible blow, as basically what? 30 mass, 60, 90 mass, 100... Yep. Blast Shield just removed 200 mass income from the topside team with a single telesnipe. Very impressive indeed. And it seems like he's gonna also tele out just fine. Oh, one of the AIs made the Hovatam T3 artillery. Just only now finished, started opening the fire versus the enemy air grid, I assume. Yes, it is gonna go and try to snap the enemy air grid. As I'm gonna grab the water bottle again to soothe my throat. Come on, open up. Open up, Suzanne. Oh man, having water bottle near you is just so good when you are casting. As otherwise I could feel my throat just being all erased from existence after a few hours of FAF Live. But hey, we are back. But oh man, that is actually quite a lot of experimental units hitting the field from the bottom side team. As we have 3 megaliths, 2 fat boys, a GC and 2 soul reapers hitting the field and basically marching forward. And this is gonna be very hard to go and stop. What is gonna be your response, Arima? It seems like he does have 5 experimental units, but with no air control, as it seems like an airfight happened somewhere around 2 minutes ago or something. But yeah, right now there is gonna be nothing at all to go and stop the enemy gunships from basically wreaking the havoc wherever they want. We can see bouncers being hastily made by Arima and co, trying to go and protect his mass fab grids. But that is not gonna work out. Oh my. That is a lot of bouncers and a lot of missiles hitting the field. Lightning tanks also shooting down the gunships. As it seems like we are entering the final stages of the game. As the topside team, the team spirit is gonna play for their own survival. As we can see, the experimental units basically coming closer and closer towards the main base belonging to Arima. The Etota, the T4 experimental units for the topside team are on the standby. We can see bricks coming along, making a fire line to intercept the incoming units. As soon enough, the big fight should happen. Bricks opening fire versus enemy Harbingers. GC will open the fire too. As the first victims of the last battles are here. T3 units dying one after another as the Etotas are gonna join the fray. All of them opening fire versus the enemy GC, which is gonna soak up a lot of damage for the incoming T3 land forces belonging to Nuggets. Fat boys opening fire as they all gonna kite back to get through the megaliths. After all, we have to go and use the range advantage on their units to kite back from the DPS monsters that are Etotas. They are gonna open their Gatling guns. Shots being fired versus the first of the megaliths. As we can see the war raging, first megalith gonna go and fall down. One chicken down. Second one also dead behind the lines. As we can see that there might be not stopping of the top side team. HGC from Wi-Fi are gonna join the fight from the right flank, as we can see it walking down. Fat boys keep on kiting back, but it seems like there is gonna be a strat. Strat bomber is gonna go and try to snipe the ACU belonging to Arima. But fortunately for him, it seems like the men have just enough shields available to go and buy him some time, not to say the T4. I mean the T3 nano upgrade granting him 50,000 HP on his ACU, meaning that the man should be alive for just a few more minutes. But as the fight is raging on the top side, I mean on the middle, we have another bombing run, this time trying to go for the ACU belonging to Wi-Fi. But thankfully the men also have just enough shields to, well, just scoff at the strat bombers, because they are not gonna go and kill them. And oh my god, it seems like all of the megaliths on the right side of the monitor have been killed off by the units belonging to Arima, and right now he's just closing in the distance to the enemy fatboys. We can see the riot guns opening the fire as the Scartis is actually opening fire versus the Wi-Fi, as one of the bottom side players have finished a Scartif while we're looking at something else. And yes, here it is. It is Zeta, the man who made the Scartis, which already in a single volley scored 70,000 mass kill. Another volley going in for the enemy units. As we can see, GG's coming out on chat from MrBeast, as the ACUs are gonna explode one after another. As both Wi-Fi and Arima are gonna eject. So I can say GG well played to the Team Rust for scoring the first win of this round. And soon enough, after they dispatch the enemy AI, we will go and see what is gonna happen in the game 2. Because this might be the loser bracket, but it is still gonna be the best of 3 between the teams, so yeah. Honestly, this was quite a good game, to be honest. As we can see, shells from Scartis flying through the air, straight at the enemy base. As soon enough, we should go and see the impact. Here it is. Shells connecting with the base belonging to the enemy team. As Tel Ilto is gonna be the last guy remaining. As the AI is the last chance for the victory for the topside team. Yellow Owls have been pinged by the team. As the Novaxes are gonna get in position to snipe the enemy ACU most likely, or maybe not. It seems like they're gonna go for the enemy, I don't know. Oh wait, this is AI, okay. Anyway, another volley gonna erase even more shields from the enemy base. As Katif, even though it have been finished at the end of the game, is still getting some really decent value. As it will allow the Revenants, the T3 strategic bombers from Cybran faction belonging to Blast Shield, to make the last one final bombing run versus the enemy ACU. Although they're still gonna take a lot of damage from the enemy anti-air units, as we can see them falling down one after another. But considering just how many there are, This might be enough to go and finish off the game, or maybe not, because the ASF from the air player are coming here to go and shut them down. Bombs have been fired, shields dropping down. As the ACU is gonna be left alive for a few more seconds, and all of the Strat bombers have been shot down. But unfortunately, the Novak satellites, together with the teleporting ACU from Blast Shield, are here to finish the game. GG, well played, and let's go back to the lobby scene.